Good day, good afternoon, good night, wherever it is with you. Welcome to DBD Daily, and thank you so much for joining me. I've got two stories for you today. They are on the small side, but we know that no act of kindness is ever wasted, and it certainly matters to the person who's receiving the kindness. So our first story is from Glastonbury. Uh, there was a story that was shared pretty widely in the UK. A concert goer at a festival in Glastonbury was overcome with grief during a U2 set, crying over the recent loss of their father. This hits a little close to home for me. I have a friend who also just recently went through something very similar to this. Um, but a stranger at the concert in a pink tutu noticed and asked if they were okay, and simply held them tight for over an hour as they swayed to the music. The two never exchanged names, but the act provided a moment of peace in a crowd of thousands. And I just think this is such a beautiful example of an act of kindness, doing what we can right where we're at. This person is at a concert, notices somebody else overcome with grief. We don't know why. But just went over and offered a hug. Something very simple but profound. I love that they were dressed in a tutu because, you can't judge a book by its cover. And what an awesome example of human decency and kindness, and seeing people outside of our sphere of influence and going, oh my gosh, I could have an impact on that person that's clearly having a hard time. So I think this is a fantastic example of an act of kindness. The second one is actually in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So this is in the US. A teenager named Gabby helped organize a record-breaking teddy bear toss at a local hockey game. After she was inspired by the tradition years prior, she mobilized her community to collect over 80,000 stuffed bears, which were thrown onto the ice and then donated to sick children and military families. Now, those bears are probably going to all need to dry out, but hey, they're all going to good homes now. Like, this is just awesome, to have a teenager be impacted by something they had seen and then go, I could do something about that. I could probably make that happen. How empowering and how awesome, and what an example that Gabby's setting to the rest of, the students in her class, the people in her community, and then what an impact on her life going forward with this confidence of, hey, I saw something that I wanted to do and I did it. And it was for an amazing cause. This is just fantastic, doing what we can, where we're at in our sphere of influence. It's beautiful. So our health benefit of the day today is actually about pain management. If I can find it. Yes. So pain management is something that a lot of people struggle with, especially for chronic situations and illnesses. But helping others can actually be a natural anesthetic. It releases endorphins whenever we engage in acts of kindness, the brain's natural painkiller. So it can actively soothe physical pain. Substance P is a neurotransmitter that's involved with pain perception. So kindness, acts of kindness, acting them out, actually regulates that substance and helps those with chronic conditions have some relief. So it's a beautiful example of our bodies are made and designed, evolved, however you want to look at it, to work so well with acts of kindness that every single system in our body is like, acts of kindness, be like that, we do better when we're doing that. I just think that's kind of an amazing indication. Well, thank you so much for joining me for DBD Daily today. In our day today, look for ways to be radically kind. Just remember, authentically yourself. Nobody can be you, just you. I can't be you, and you can't be me. We each have our own sphere of influence, our own group of people in our lives. And as always, for me, it just always boils down to what we do.